Good morning, Darlene.
Good morning, Brian.
This is a very exciting morning.
This is a launch.
It
We're
is.
having a launch party today.
I know it's big. It's big news. And what are we calling this?
This is going to be the Keto Diaries,
Right.
Season 2.
Right. Why are we going to season 2?
Not really sure. Was there a Season 1? There was. We just didn't call it as such.
It was 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it 6 months? No. Let's do some math.
Oh, do we have to? It's only early.
It was roughly 130 days that we were doing it.
Yeah.
140, right? So
Yeah.
it was like 4 or 5 months that we were doing it. And I really got stuck. So I lost a bunch of weight to start with, and I was doing the daily reports, and it was going great. Then I really got off track
Yes.
when we went back home.
Yes.
And that's been 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided, rather than just rehashing the whole thing, we've made some changes.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a fresh start for you.
So it's actually very exciting. It's the Keto Diaries Season 2.
You had...
So the thing is, there's no point, you can learn your lessons going forward, but there's no point in introducing a whole bunch of negative stuff. So when I start off by going, well, I gained 5 pounds in a month, there's nothing to be gained by rehashing that every time. I think I know what mistakes I've made. We're going to start over now. I'm still down 26 pounds. That's fine. But this is day 1. I got weighed this morning, and I'm down 1 pound in a day. I'm getting lots of exercise. It's really simple. So, well, it's a little more complicated than really simple.
We're really simple.
Right.
But yeah. Go ahead.
So what works for one person may not work for another.
Absolutely not.
So there's a lot of people that I follow online that all say, don't count calories. That's crazy. It's all passé. You don't do that. Well, I do. And it works for me.
Yes.
Right? And they said you should never be hungry. In all honesty, fat guys like me, career fat guys,
yes,
you tend to overeat. And when you stop doing that, you're hungry. I think anybody who's healthy, who loses 1.5 pounds in a week, it's normal to feel slightly hungry during that week. So I'm not going to do that one either, right?
Okay.
I think that for me, counting calories works. Getting lots of exercise, for me, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep I bought the bike. I did 50 kilometers yesterday. 50 kilometers yesterday.
Yes.
I'm going to start doing a report on just how many calories and carbs I ate, how much exercise I got just off the top.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff, I was exercising every day, and for, I guess, 3 weeks, and I didn't lose any weight, right?
No.
So I'm online, and somebody says, oh, no, get out a measuring tape. You're just gaining muscle. You've gained 4 pounds of muscle. Well, I mean, if I gained 4 pounds of muscle in 3 weeks, I'm an old man, right? That means in a year, I'll be Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Like you'll gain 50 pounds of muscle. That doesn't happen, right? So I agree that can be part of it, but for your average folks, right?
Yeah.
It's just be honest with how much you eat. And I was making some mistakes in the tracking too, right?
Yeah, the tracking was off kilter.
So my MyFitnessPal was great.
Yeah.
Right? If you put down 1 pound of ground beef, raw, it'll tell you that it's 1,100 calories. And different places will have different amounts for that. But let's say 1,100 calories. That cooks down to 320 grams. If you look up 320 grams of cooked ground beef, it'll say 700 calories. The difference can be as much as 400 calories on one entry for the day. So that doesn't matter. I wasn't losing weight. I was exercising, and I thought I was eating responsibly. That means just one thing.
You're eating too much.
I was eating too much, right?
Yeah.
So it's not about you're on a plateau and all this stuff and don't get weighed. Like, don't get weighed, don't count calories. None of that works for me.
No.
So I'm going to get weighed every morning, and I'll take it with a grain of salt, right? I'm going to eat what I think is a low carb, high-ish protein.
I was just going to add that.
Right.
You've been eating extremely low carb all along.
Right.
Yeah.
So the carbs have never been over 20 grams of carbs a day.
Right.
But I was eating too much fat. That's what I think. So I wasn't doing the bulletproof coffees and that kind of stuff. I was eating ground meat that had a lot of fat in it. So I think all I'm going to do is I'm going to eat slightly leaner cuts of meat for protein. I'm going to be more accountable for my recording on MyFitnessPal.
Yes.
And I'm going to exercise where it's fun. So if something's not fun, you're not going to do it, right?
No matter what it is.
Right. So I really enjoyed riding around on my bicycle. I go, depending on how I feel, sometimes my knees bother me a bit. So I did 2 50-kilometer days in a row. My knees were sore, a little sore last night, so I'm going to ease into that. But I'm going to keep riding my bike. Oh, I ride for groceries.
You do?
Right.
Yeah.
And that appeals to me.
Yeah.
So what is it round trip? It's almost 30 kilometers the way I go. 28 kilometers.
Your route, yeah.
So if you ride a bicycle 28 kilometers and it's 94 degrees to buy a chicken breast, you'll starve to death. Like there's not enough calories in the chicken breast to get you to the store and back. So that kind of appeals to me, that it's a good way to kind of keep things working anyways.
So what, excuse me, what is your baseline going forward? What is your starting weight for the season 2, episode 1?
You weighed me.
Yes.
So I was 206 and a half.
You were 206 and a half. So that's what we're counting down from.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm down a pound this morning. I was 205 and a half.
Okay.
And I'm pleased with that.
Got it.
So I'm just going to keep being accountable, and I'm going to record my weights, and I'm going to get weighed. And all the things that haven't worked for me, I'm going to just ignore. And whatever works for you, you should do.
Yes.
Right? But for me, this is why it's season 2. I know that for me, I'm going to get weighed every day. I'm going to weigh my food. I'm going to track my macros. All the stuff they say not to do, I'm going to get weighed every day. And if it's not working, the answer for me is to eat less. And I don't mean it doesn't work every day where I lose a quarter of a pound a day.
Right.
But if I'm sitting around for 3 weeks and I'm not losing weight, I'm not going to eat more, which is some of the advice you get, right? I'll just take a day off and regroup.
Good job.
Yeah. Very exciting, isn't it?
It's kind of exciting, yeah. It was a light bulb moment.
But there's no change. The change is between what I was doing for the last 3 months without much success. I stayed roughly the same.
You stayed the same, so that was a win.
Right.
Yeah, but
and that's another thing that I've decided too, is going forward, you can go off the rails. We all do. But I'm not going to allow it to be a point where I gain a bunch of weight back. So if I get stuck, let's say I lose 10 pounds and I'm 195. I don't mind staying at 195 for a year.
No.
Right?
No.
But I'm not going to allow myself to get into the situation where I gain weight back again. So, I guess that's it.
Moral of the story?
Is there a moral to the story?
Of course, there's always a moral.
Okay.
I think the moral of this story is whether it's your diet or life in general, if it's not working, change it up, folks.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Okay.
Thanks for watching, and I hope whatever you're doing is working for you. Bye now.
Bye now.